What would you do if you were at your graduation and your classmate decides to spill all the tea?
Walk in, chairs great, we don't play. Staff talk sharp like a quiz on a Monday. Whiteboard wars, yeah, we grade all day. If you can't take that heat, stay out the hallway. Hey, this is the staff room. Say it loud, say it loud. The staff room.
Let's get into it.
All right, welcome everybody back to the staff room. My name is Dr. Matos. For those of you who are new and for those of you who are returning, we got a good one today. Listen, came across a video of a graduation ceremony and this valedictorian decided she was going to tell everybody's business. I mean, she went up there and told it all. I want to make sure that we understand as educators that we always have an effect on people's lives, right? And they don't forget it. But in this case, this valedictorian decided to remind everybody in the stadium exactly what we were talking about. Let's take a look.
To my counselor, thanks for teaching me to fend for myself. You were always unavailable to my parents and I, despite appointments. Only in these past few weeks, with the award ceremonies and graduation coming up, did you begin making your appearance. And might I note, you expressed to me your joy in knowing that one of your students was valedictorian when you had absolutely no role in my achievements.
All right, so let's talk about it. So in this case, this valedictorian decided she's had enough of being treated a certain way. And teachers, I'm sorry, but it is the staff room. And every now and then you're going to have your day. Today, teachers and leaders, it's just your day. Don't mean I don't respect you. I hold y'all close to my heart. But let's talk about it. Listen, as educators, we have to make sure we understand that it's just going to be this way sometimes. Sometimes kids aren't going to forget or they're going to see things a certain way. And this one held on to it and she let it be known. Whoever this counselor was, she just really sounds like she had some things going on. I don't know if she really, based off what this little girl's saying, that I don't know if she just was having a tough time. Maybe she was just overwhelmed, but she forgot some things. And we have to be on our A game at all times to make sure these things don't happen. But there's this whole trend going on right now with kids dancing and stuff at graduations. And I'm all for, celebrating a graduation. But I want to make sure that we just take notice the difference between 7 years from now or 7 years ago and then now. This is going on. Nobody has made any sound yet. And trust me, they can understand what she's saying. Had this been 2026, it would have been up in arms. Everybody would have been up, yelling, screaming.
This 17-year-old teenager from Clayton, North Carolina says her welcome speech to graduates was cut off by a school administrator after she made these remarks.
It just shows you how different the culture was back, and it was only 7 years ago. It's not like it was forever ago. This is 2019. So it's just crazy how we've taken a step backwards in as it pertains to how we conduct ourselves. Let's continue.
To the staff in the main office, thank you for teaching me how to be resourceful. Your negligence to inform me of several scholarships until the day before they were due potentially caused me to miss out on thousands of dollars. When applying for a work permit, you repeatedly turned me away, despite confirming with my employer and parents that all my paperwork was filled correctly. I've had to escalate issues with staff to an assistant principal various times to reach any sort of solution.
Okay, so again, taking a step or playing devil's advocate. Young lady, we have to remember these are people. So office staff, I understand you guys have everything. The whole school comes through you. But teachers, kids remember things. And even though she's only one student out of the probably close to 2,000 that you have, it's impactful. So we got to make sure that we're on our A game. That's a huge mistake. And that one mistake is probably one mistake of many of problems that you had to solve. So we have to all kind of be mindful of each other and how each other lives in their own realities. That one mistake, let's just say maybe it was just a mistake. I don't think they did it on purpose. But what they cannot be is they cannot be defensive. So when the young lady has showed you you made a mistake, make sure you handle it as such and fix the mistake. Apologize, go about your business. I work with some people that refuse to apologize, refuse to acknowledge their mistakes. But that's just who they are. Let's continue.
To the teacher who was regularly intoxicated during class this year, thank you for using yourself as an example to teach students about the dangers of alcoholism. Being escorted by police out of school left a lasting impression. I hope that future students and staff learn from these examples. Thank you, class of 2019.
Okay, listen, this little short killed me because there's so much happening here. The girl talks about somebody being drunk on school grounds. I've never seen that personally. I don't think that that's something that happens regularly, but who knows this day and age? Things happen that way. People make bad decisions all the time and then they record them. It's crazy. I want to say something, and I think this is something that's important for all educators to hear. When it comes to kids, when it comes to especially high schoolers, kids that have their future at hand, or in their own mind, their future at stake, every single thing that you have said or done, they will remember, especially those who don't have solid home lives to fall back on. They look to you as a specific model. A model of excellence is what it should be, and we're starting to forget that in some cases. They know if you were drinking, so that's just crazy to me that you would have been. But the fact that everybody reacted the way that they reacted tells me everybody knows. So leaders, if everybody knows, why don't you know? That's just me speculating. No, I don't know. They could have known. So just remember, they're remembering everything that you do and everything that you say and every way that you look at them, every way that you deal with them. This is why I say, like, I get it. A lot of y'all that don't like school had bad experiences at some point, but everybody, excuse me, you can have a bad experience at McDonald's. It's not just school. For example, I had a baseball coach that was the most horrible person ever created, ever. His own kid didn't even like him. He would curse me out and scream and holler at me 24/7 to the point where it just created this weird person within me, and I resented him for that, but I never ever forgot. His past team members never forgot. So in his case, he pissed so many people off that when we had the alumni game, he was hit 9 times. 9 times they hit him with a ball. I had my kind of revenge later on in life, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you have to be very aware, hyper aware of what you do and what you say to kids, because they will never forget about it. And in these cases, your stressors, they'll contribute to you making those decisions. So you have to be hyper aware of your stressors. This kid probably had 1 or 2 instances that she came through 4 years of high school with, and she never forgot them. She never forgot them, and she held on to them, and she's never going to forget them. They're more than just days for our kids. They're the life choices and life experiences that shape who they are. We got to be very clear about who we are and what we want from kids. That way they don't get confused about what they're seeing. As educators, we have to maintain being life learners. We have to continue to learn from everyone else, including our kids, as well as learning from the things that we have to learn from. That's what creates a great educator. But you have to be open to it. Don't close your mind. Be great because you know that you being great is important, regardless of how the world sees us right now. Your empathy is what creates this. It makes unbreakable bonds that they're going to use to learn more than they could ever learn from any book, any assignment, any homework, any test, anything. That's what we're missing, is empathy. As an educator, you have to be mindful that you can either be the reason for the student's success or be the motivation for them not to want to fail. Staff room.
Walk in, chest great, we don't play. Staff